Hello, my name is CIM-Shouse, and this is my video on the effects of music therapy on people with Alzheimer's. There's my name. My course for this was Honors 312 CIM, and the date when I started this project was 5/8/2025. The keywords for this are Alzheimer's disease, dementia, music therapy, contemporary medicine, and alternative medicine. So what is Alzheimer's disease? So this information was taken from the Alzheimer's Association. Alzheimer's disease is a form of dementia. And actually it makes up and accounts for 60 to 80% of dementia cases. And what dementia is it's a term for people with memory loss. So people with Alzheimer's experience memory loss. Next, Alzheimer's disease commonly affects people 65 or older. And actually this number now is about over 7 million Americans. So there's a lot of people being affected with Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease worsens over time. The older you get and the more it progresses through the stages of Alzheimer's, the worse off you get. And unfortunately, there is no cure, but there's a few treatments for Alzheimer's disease to slow the process. What is the connection with Alzheimer's disease and music? So this information was taken from the National Council of Dementia Practitioners. And it says, music engages areas of the brain that remain functional, even in the advanced stages of dementia. Familiar songs from one's past can unlock memories, evoke emotions, and inspire interaction. This is because long-term memory, particularly related to music, often persists longer than other cognitive abilities. It also talks about how music can act as a bridge to other memories. Now what this means, if somebody experiences a song that has a deep connection to an experience in their past, perhaps a song that was played at their wedding, that individual with Alzheimer's may be able to recall things from their wedding by listening to that song. And finally, research demonstrates that music therapy can stimulate music, reduce anxiety, and enhance emotional well-being in people living with dementia. So this source already lays some groundwork by saying that music therapy does work as an effective treatment for people with dementia. But let's talk about 3 articles I found. Well, first let's discuss the methodology. So the Alzheimer's Association was found by Googling Alzheimer's definition, the National Council of Dementia Practitioners, and music therapy in the treatment of dementia, a systematic review and meta-analysis were found by Googling Alzheimer's and music. And the rest of the sources I found were found using all of the search engines on the EKU library database and searching the keywords music therapy and Alzheimer's. So let's talk about Article 1. So Article 1 is titled Music Therapy in the Treatment of Dementia, a Systematic Review and Meta-Analysis by Marino Morales. So this article discusses how music intervention improves cognitive function and quality of life in people with dementia after intervention and long-term depression. This was a systematic study, a systematic review. It discusses how music could decrease neuronal degeneration by enhancing cerebral plasticity, inducing the creation of new connections in the brain. And also talks about how listening to music is the intervention type with the greatest positive effect on cognitive function. So what this study did, what this article did, it looked at different treatment methods for Alzheimer's disease, and it found that music therapy was the most effective out of those. Next, let's talk about Article 2, which is Advancing Personalized Digital Therapeutics, Integrating Music Therapy, Brainwave Entrainment Methods, and AI-Driven Biofeedback by Dian Zhao. So this article I found was really interesting. It was also a systematic review, but it specifically touched on AI-driven biofeedback, which was the use of AI to monitor the effects of music therapy on people with Alzheimer's. Because obviously, older people with Alzheimer's and dementia may have trouble demonstrating or vocalizing the effects it has on them. So by using new high-tech AI methods, they're able to figure out better the effects of music therapy on people with Alzheimer's and dementia. So the study looked at music therapy, brainwave entrainment, and their integration into a unified therapeutic paradigm. And they found that music therapy engages emotional and cognitive pathways to alleviate mood disorders and build resilience. Now the final article I want to talk about is titled Analysis of Effect of Music and Art Combined with Kinetic Game Therapy in Improving the Cognitive Function and Alleviating Negative Emotions on Alzheimer's Disease Patients in a Residential Aged Care Facility. This article was really interesting. This was not a systematic review. The last one was, and the first one was. This was an actual study done. They had 100 Alzheimer's dementia patients admitted to a care facility in China, 50 of which were put on the special care, which involved the music therapy with the Connect therapy, as well as 50 of which were just given the conventional care to see the difference between the two. And if you don't know what Connect is, Connect was an extension to the Xbox 360, and it kind of works as like a Wii, where it would where you could do like physical stuff, and it would view your body, and it would tell you to do different things. Music was involved in those, art, games, just stuff like that, and just active brain. So this article talks about to analyze the effects of music and art combined with kinetic game therapy as a special care on improving cognitive function and alleviating negative emotions in Alzheimer's dementia patients in a nursing facility. And it measured daily living, mental state, sleep quality, quality of life, anxiety, and satisfaction of these patients in the care facility. And the results of the study were that the combined music and art therapy with kinetic game therapy can effectively enhance Alzheimer's patients' neurological and cognitive functions, improve their sleep and quality of life, and alleviate negative emotions. The implementation of music art therapy and kinetic game therapy in nursing institutions is more helpful to the rehabilitation of dementia and Alzheimer patients and improves their overall rehabilitation experience, which has high application significance. So in conclusion, there is significant research and information to support the effectiveness of music therapy in the treatment of Alzheimer's disease in both systematic reviews as well as the research study, as well as from the Alzheimer's Association and the NAA. They all determined that music therapy was effective. So a lot of high-profile studies and stuff have been done to show the effectiveness of music therapy on Alzheimer's disease, where even the Alzheimer's Association and the National Alzheimer's Association recognize that to be effective methods of treating Alzheimer's disease. And that's it for my presentation, and here are my